Hey everybody, this is Kevin Mahoney, editor and founder of Raging Chicken Press. I wanted to give you a little short update on what's going on. We did not have our regularly scheduled recording session for Out the Coop podcast this morning. That was, my wife and I had a chance to go away for a couple days, and we didn't get back in time to do the recording and prep. And I know that there were some folks, got a few emails from people last week asking what's up with the podcast, if they're missing the podcast in their inbox. I appreciate the emails. Thank you very much, all listening. So I just want to make sure I gave you an update to let you know that we will be recording this week's episode of Out the Coop podcast on Monday, and that will be the 20th, May 20th. And we've got a ton to talk about, especially since we missed last week's podcast, which was kind of like the perfect storm. Sean had a bunch of stuff on the table. It was the end of my semester. I was grading like a mad person, and we just could not kind of pull it together to put an episode together last week. So this week, however, Monday, the new episode of Out the Coop podcast will drop, and we'll be talking about all sorts of kind of anti-women legislation that is being passed all throughout the South. Clearly setting the stage for a Supreme Court challenge of Roe v. Wade. This is, back in our file of elections have consequences. This is certainly one of the most drastic that we've seen so far. We'll also be talking about more legislation and plans that are being dropped by, say, Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders, really kind of setting the stage for what promises to be a really interesting primary season. If we can get kind of enough people out of the clown car, as we have like at least two more announcements this week, 2 or 3 announcements this week of new candidates. Bill de Blasio, for example, just today dropped. Montana's governor, I guess, I believe, governor or senator, I don't even know at this point. There's a whole bunch of people that are in the game to make sure that they've got some talking head position on news channels or are going to be able to sell their books. So again, taking a page of the Republican playbook. But anyways, we'll get into all that on Monday. But I want to thank especially Nancy, a new member to Raging Chicken. I want to appreciate that. We'll give you a proper shout out on a full show on Monday. But given the fact that I got some emails and people were wondering what's up with the show and they were missing the show this week, I want to make sure to let you know what was going on, that we haven't forgotten. We're not gone into a hiatus. Just been a couple bumpy weeks. In a good way, though. On the other thing, you may have seen this on Twitter and Facebook. We have an intern, Stephen, who will be joining us over the course of the summer. We have a new writer, Addison, which will be doing some stuff in the Lehigh Valley over the summer. And you're going to see next day or so, another piece from Dorcas is going to drop. It's pretty impressive. We got 3 new writers that are going to be coming at things from very different kind of angles. Very excited about that. The summer promises to kind of be something, especially as the craziness gets ramped up. So anyways, we're going to save most of the talk for Monday. But I want to let everybody know what's going on, and hope you're having a good weekend, enjoying some of this good weather. Looks like summer is finally a distinct possibility in our near future. We shall see. Anyways, this is Kevin Mahoney, editor and founder of Raging Chicken Press. We'll talk to you more on Monday. See ya!